A Shadow's Embrace. Yo, what's up? It's someone that's no one, and welcome back to today's report. Today's report is coming from an anonymous user where they took diphenhydramine at 650 milligrams. And here's the full report details. Alright guys, you already know what's good with this. It's been a fat ass minute since we had another scary DPH report. This has tons of realistic hallucinations, creepy moments, so I'm sure you guys will enjoy this. Without further ado, let's dive right into it. Hi, I've been a fan of your channel for a very long time, and I've decided to write down my experience with DPH. I would love if you can make a video for it. Here it is. My name is Christian. This happened to me 2 months ago. I weigh 170 pounds, and I've done Datura, acid, DXM, and weed. I waited for my parents to fall asleep before I began dosing, but later you'll see they end up popping back up into the story. I wait until I heard no noise and then grab the pill bottle. I go to my room and feel a rush of excitement as I pull out the pills. I count out exactly 13 pills, 50 milligrams each. I put them in my mouth and tried chasing it with water, but I found myself struggling to get them down, so I grinded them up and mixed them with milk and chugged. It was extremely bitter, and oddly, the taste was like dish soap. After about 30 minutes, I started to get very tired, so I went and hopped into a cold shower. It woke me right up, and the fatigue went away very quickly. After I showered, I went back to my room. I started to feel euphoric, so I put on some music, then sat in my chair and just jammed out. The music was crisp, and I think I love everything about this drug. I started to get bad cotton mouth, worse than I normally do when I smoke weed. So I get up to get water. I noticed that gravity had been turned up massively. It didn't inherently faze me as bad as I thought it would. I go into my kitchen and get myself a bottle of water. I start to see things in my peripheral vision. I ignore it and start to head back to my room. But then my mom comes out of her room, stops me, and tries to talk to me about something. I can't remember exactly what she was talking about, but it felt nearly impossible to speak to her when she asked me questions. So I simply nodded and walked away from her. She yelled at me, and I ignored her. I head back to my room, and it's pitch black with a yellow dim light radiating from my PS4. It feels ominous, like something bad is about to happen. I go turn on my PS4 and sit down. I start trying to play a bit of Call of Duty, but it feels impossible to focus, and words start to become blurry. I then put on YouTube and just watch videos. This is when the effects started hitting me really hard. A strong sense of dysphoria starts to hit me. I look down at my desk. I see my phone and try reaching for it, but my hand goes straight through it, and it dissipates in this air. I notice that my coordination is god awful, and I struggle to even touch my controller and navigate my PS4. My room is lit up with my TV light. I look at the wall next to me, and long black vines are climbing the wall. I reach out to try and touch it, but my hands go right through. I ignore it and go back to watching YouTube. After about 20 minutes, I look around and turn off my TV. I have a piano and a punching bag in my room. I look at my punching bag, and it's squirming around intensely as if it was a garbage bag full of live animals. It scares me, but I try and touch it anyway. My hand sinks into it and disappears into blackness. I pull my hand back out and notice spiders crawling up my arm. It didn't scare me. I oddly laugh. I look around, and out of nowhere a transparent shadowy figure does karate moves into the wall and disappears. I started laughing hysterically. I then hear my name being called behind me. I turn around and there's a figure. He is tall and dark. A huge wave of fear and paranoia hits me. I feel my heart beating out of my chest, and I feel as if I'm about to die. He's wearing a hat and has a piercing stare. He continues to stare at me. I try leaving my room, but then my legs fall from under me. I feel like I weighed 1,000 pounds. The man was still there, but he began to move closer to me. More figures started to appear around me, and I heard chanting. I was surrounded and couldn't move for the life of me. I thought I died and began to scream. My mom and dad come rushing into my room, and light fills the entire place. The figures are gone, and my mom asked me what I'm doing on the floor and why I was screaming at 1 in the morning. I told her that I fell off my bed and hit my foot on my desk. They didn't question it and walked away. I gained my strength back and go to the bathroom. I pee and notice my penis has shrunk exponentially. I hear my name being called again. I turn around and the same figure from before was there. I felt brave and tried to fight him. I went through him with my fist swinging and hit the wall. Then he disappears. I laugh. I walk back to my room. Spiders are everywhere and black vines are climbing up the wall. Vines start to climb my legs, and I feel like I'm rooted to the ground. My surroundings completely change and I'm in a dark room. Whenever I close my eyes, I would be somewhere else. This happened to me for what felt like hours. I stood there and constantly tried to figure out where I was. I couldn't tell if my eyes were open or closed at this point. I snapped out of it eventually and tried going to my bathroom to splash water on my face. There were figures towering me from all different angles as I tried navigating the hallways. I ignore my name being called and the insults being thrown at me. That's when things just go dark. I wake up and I'm lying in the hallway nearest to my room. It's 6 a.m. and everyone in my house was still asleep. The hallucinations were still there, but extremely mild. There were spiders and flashes in my side vision. I head back to my room, lay on my bed, and pass out. I wake up at 12 p.m. and immediately begin to type my experience. I still have calm mouth. My eyes play tricks on me, and it feels as if my body ran a whole marathon. Overall, an interesting experience, and I'll probably do it again later in life.